Dog Talk. Yeah, we keeping it smooth. Your favorite paralegal got the legal groove. From the stars in the courtroom to your cousin's case, we breaking it all down. No rush, just pace. What's good, fam? It's your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lena. Welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Hey, y'all. So, we are wrapping up this last part of the saga inside the Collin County DA's office. As of right now, I am in shock. I mean, I knew of the story, but I didn't know the story. And regardless of how I feel about Collin County, I never want to see people get mistreated to the point where they're trying to unalive themselves, or whatever the case may be. This right here, this lawsuit is crazy. It's mind-boggling, and in my personal opinion, I really feel like it's still going on because based off of what we saw in this petition is that the DA is untouchable. These people are sending out anonymous letters to the commissioners, to the district judges, to the county judges, to everybody in the county, and yet nobody did anything. And if something would have happened to that entry level prosecutor, Miss Fallon, if something would have happened to her, I think everything it would have came out. But the fact that this lawsuit, now I don't know, I don't talk to people inside the Collin County DA's office, so I don't know. But if this is still going on, I pray that my videos kind of bring up the subject matter again to get people talking so that it can give somebody in that office the courage to come out. And I hope that it does. I know I'm probably reaching, and I'm just a small time content creator, but I hope that this will prompt somebody and give them at least the encouragement to step forward. I'll bypass everybody. Y'all just go hire a lawyer. That's all you got to do. But before we get back into this last part, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe so that way you get notifications when I go live and when I post a video. And share. All right, so let's tackle the last part of this, guys. All right, so on July 12th, 2022, Kira published a story wherein the defendants are quoted. The article in its entirety is produced below. Oh, wow, this is interesting because I never knew that actually happened. And let me blow this up so you guys can see. It reads, and this is what was published on the Kira network. The Collin County DA's office is having trouble filling entry-level prosecutors roles, and the DA said the current salaries for those roles are putting the county at a competitive disadvantage. Right now, 7 of the 12 misdemeanor prosecutor positions at the Collin County DA's office are open. Misdemeanor prosecutors are typically recent law school graduates. Greg Willis, the county's DA, said other counties are also having trouble hiring people for the entry level prosecutor positions, so they're raising their salaries. To compete with other counties, Willis said Collin needs to follow suit and raise its salaries for those jobs. Otherwise, new law school graduates with student loan debts won't be able to afford to start their career in Collin County. It's become quite a disadvantage, regardless of how wonderful our county is, for students with lots of loans, law school debt to start here, Willis said. The average salary for a misdemeanor prosecutor in the most recent fiscal year was what? 65. That is low. That's really low. Oh my gosh. Okay, I got distracted. And that's data coming from their human resources department. The HR department compared that salary rate to salaries from 9 other counties, including Dallas and Tarrant counties and the state of Texas. The average salary for those was 64,492, putting Collin County above average. But Willis said those numbers don't necessarily reflect actual compensation. He said entry level prosecutors in Tarrant County end up making 10% more than the minimum starting salary, which Collin County HR data lists as an average of 61,451 annually. They're above us, the DA said about Tarrant County's actual pay rates. Then all of a sudden, we're below average. The Collin DA said there are smaller counties that aren't included in HR data that offers as much as $90,000 for misdemeanor prosecutors. Salary rates aren't the only thing impacting staffing numbers at Collin County DA's office. Prosecutors are also leaving the DA's office for other positions, according to HR data. The projected turnover for 2022 is 22% for attorneys. That's up from a 12.5 turnover rate in 2021. Cynthia Jacobson, Collin County's Director of Human Resources, said about 74% of the turnover in the DA's office within the past 5 years were people leaving for another job. Sorry. But even through turnover rate for attorneys have gone up, Jacobson said she's not concerned. We all know why they were leaving. It wasn't because they were trying to find another job. You made them resign and you put out there that they were leaving for another job, but we all know what the true reason is. The turnover doesn't bother me, she said. You can't see it's actually been fairly stable. That's what she say. Now you know all that stuff is going in your office, and you gonna say that? Interesting. Oh, look what the Collin County Judge Chris Hill said. He said the natural progression of the careers of beginning prosecutors in the DA's office is either being promoted or leaving to go into private or corporate practice. If the 74% leaving are following that natural progression, Hill said he's not concerned. What would be cause for alarm, he said, is if they're leaving for the same position they already have in another. Jacobson said getting people leaving the DA's office to do an exit interview has been a challenge, so she doesn't have exact numbers on why people left. However, she said she believes most people left to go into the private practice. Hmm, interesting. Overall, Jacobson said the staffing issues in the DA's office isn't unusual. Rather, she said it's the nature of the current job market and the low employment level. There are about two job openings for everybody looking for a job right now, she said. To put it mildly, the defendants quoted in this article were less than forthcoming as to why the turnover rate is so high in the Collin County DA's office. While no one should be surprised that the defendants declined to reveal to readers that the DA's office is a hostile, discriminating, and harassing workplace that mistreats many employees, the defendants knew then, as now, that the office toxicity fostered from the top much of the turnover, catalyzes much of the turnover. This is another example where Defendant Willis and other defendants concealed from and misdirected the public as to the poisonous nature of the DA's office, workplace ethics, and culture. And that was just the background facts. What did they sue for? Under the Labor Code, the factual assertion in paragraph 17 to 109 are incorporated into section 5 by reference. So all of this is under the Texas Labor Code, talking spamming from sexual harassment. So they're suing for sexual harassment. They are suing for discrimination. They are suing. Well, they have sued. Let me past tense. They sued for sexual harassment. They sued for discrimination, and they sued for retaliation under those codes. And these are United States codes. This is the federal codes, excuse me. That's the reason why they filed in federal court, as well as the Texas state labor codes. These people was running this office that I don't even know what. And y'all pretty much get it. We seen what the sexual harassment was. We seen what the discrimination and the retaliation is. So I really don't need to go through this part. But I just wanted to show you guys everything that these individuals went through. And it's horrific. And the one man that actually stepped up and reported it, I commend him for that. I really do. I commend him from that. I need to look to see if some of these people are still there, because I couldn't be there. I really couldn't be there. And what it does is it goes to like the sexual harassment, discrimination, retaliation, then it kind of breaks down like each of those scenarios, how they violated that particular statute or code. Yes, immunity, because the government does have immunity. Yes, com- I commend all of the ladies and the man for standing up. I know there's silence because I'm just going down. It's not really much to even talk about. Damages. I Let's go over the damages. So plaintiff Kim Prickle sustained damages including future pecuniary losses, including future wage loss, loss of wage earning capacity, damage to her professional reputation in the community, and ability to further her career, emotional pain, suffering, inconvenience, mental anguish, loss of enjoyment of life, and other non-pecuniary losses for which she's entitled and recovered. I'm pretty sure everybody the same thing. Mr. Keith Hensley, same thing. Mental anguish. Miss Fallon, I feel so sorry. This lady now has PTSD. That is truly sad. And because remember, she left, and or was that Miss Lay? It was one of them, and they tried to start the class, the substance abuse class, and people blocked them from that. The county said they wouldn't go and accept it because she was teaching a class. This is just sad. But as I said it in my very first video, Simon Greenstone, shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. So hold on, let me see. Collin County. And I said that they settled for, I believe it was 1.75 million. I know somebody put out a someone put out an article, but I'll read the article, and we're going to end this on this note. So it says $1.75 million settlement finalized in a lawsuit against the Collin County DA, top county officials. I wonder when this came out. I have to look at the stipulation. Give me one second. Pull up the stipulation and see exactly when they filed for this or when they settled. Okay, so they did file In 2022, April 2023, six former and current employees finalized a settlement Monday for 1.75 million over alleged sexual harassment and retaliation in the district attorney's office, according to attorneys. The federal lawsuit accused District Attorney Greg Willis of repeatedly making untoward comments and inappropriate touching and positioning employees. Like, wait, what? The suit accused Willis, number two, First Assistant District Attorney Bill Werski, of targeting women and fostering a toxic workplace. Other officials, including County Judge Chris Hill, Commissioners Darrell Hale, Susan Fletcher, Cheryl Williams, and Duncan Webb, were accused of covering up the systemic misconduct. The 75-page suit was filed in October by the district attorney's chief and deputy chief investigators, a prosecutor, and three former employees. These individuals care deeply for each other's well-being. Their attorney Jeffrey Simon said in a written statement that support gave them the courage to stand up for themselves, their right, and those of their colleagues. The agreement was not immediately available in public records, and I have the stipulation, but it doesn't show the amount. But yeah, the current and former employees will share the settlements equally, which will be paid through the county's insurance, Simon stated. County commissioners agreed to sign off on a settlement Monday, according to a county spokesperson and commissioner's court agenda. So that's it. That is all. So, what are your thoughts? There's we just got out of the Carmelo Anthony murder trial, and a lot of things have been brewing up in Collin County. And with that being said, a lot of people are talking about the corruption um, that is going on in Collin County. Like, that's the reason I left. I moved to Dallas County, but you can still see it in the legal world. Collin County is known as the Lawless County. As you read in the petition, the DA believed that he was untouchable. You go to HR, the HR would tell you he's untouchable. Why? Because this is the man who determines whether you get indicted or not. This is the man who determines whether to conduct an investigation or not. He is the one that holds the cards. What do you think about this? Based off of everything that you have seen, and I know a lot of people didn't know where Collin County is or was prior to Carmelo Anthony's trial, but now you know. We have seen in this lawsuit, we have seen people crying out to the officials within Collin County and were shot down. Is it still going on? We don't know. Will there be people who speak up in the future? We don't know. I hope personally that it's not going on in the Collin County, but that shows you the level of corruption there. Y'all definitely tell me what y'all think about this in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, I'm out, y'all. Bye.